Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are not yet a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. My name is Fisayo Patrick, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how to accomplish your daily business goals or your daily life goals, whatever goals that you've set for yourself. We are going to be talking about how to accomplish them. I used to carry around a big journal where I wrote down all my goals and my to-do lists for the day. But the problem was that when the day starts and I start working, I just go straight into work and I never go back to check the journal and look through the things that I've written on my list. And eventually I do something else. I just do other tasks that were not even on the list in the first place. But still, that didn't stop me from writing in that journal the next day. I eventually concluded that the reason why that was happening was because the journal was too big and opening it to look through the things that I've written was a chore. So I said that it would be better if I wrote them down in my phone notepad, because I carry my phone about and I check my phone all the time. So I started to write them in my phone notepad, and it was an efficient process for me at first. I would go through it and check. Eventually, I stopped going through it again, and then I realized that the medium or the platform that I was writing the lists on was not the problem. I was the problem. I realized that I needed a system that would force me or that would compel me to look through my to-do list at intervals and actually accomplish them, because I can only store so much in my head, right? So I have finally found a system or a style, and that's what I'm going to be sharing in this video. It's what works for me, and I am hoping that it will work for you. In fact, I'm sure that it would work for you. So the first thing you want to do is surround yourself with items that will remind you of what you want to do for that day, or that remind you of where you want to go to. So for some people, that could be having what's this stuff called? This physical vision board where they put pictures or images of their dreams or things they want to have. And then some use sticky notes and paste sticky notes on the vision board, which is good. For me, I have a card that I put in my Bible study notebook. So I have a Bible in 1 year plan that I read every day. And I have a Bible study notebook, a journal where I write things that I read from the Bible. So what I do is, whatever I'm going to do for that day, I write it on that sticker and I put it inside the notebook. So every morning when I pick the notebook, is either I open up to where the card is or the card falls out of the book. So tell me how I won't look through it and remember the things I'm supposed to achieve. When I started to do that, I thought it was not going to be effective, but it's as effective as anything in the world. I make sure it falls off, or I open to it and then I see the things I'm supposed to do, and I take it around with me every time. So figure out which one would work for you. Is it having a physical vision board, or is it that style that I mentioned? Try that and see which one would work for you. You just have to look through your to-do list for the day. You just have to look through your goals for the day. Because sometimes if you don't, you see that you prioritize the tasks that are not necessary. So, and you have to be disciplined enough to make sure that you're actually doing the things that is necessary for your life, for your career, and for your business. The second thing you could do is to assign time to each task. But I'm going to be honest with you, I tried it and it was not easy at all. So in 2021, at least I didn't find it easy. In 2021, I worked with a digital agency, and then work started by 9, and you needed to be fully set up before then. But there were so many things I still needed to do. For instance, I still needed to read my Bible. I still needed to exercise. I still needed to. So we had a book for each month. We read books for each month. I still needed to read the books and then do the summary of that book. I still needed to take my bath. I still needed to eat, then set up my computer all before 9 a.m. So what I did was I assigned a time to all my tasks. I assigned a time. So I would say, 6:30 a.m. I would wake up. And by the way, I don't like to wake up early. That's a story for another day. 6:30 a.m. I would wake up. Between 6:30 to 7, I should have taken my bath and done my exercise. Then between 7 to 7:30, I should have read my Bible, read my devotionals, journal. Between that time, I should have found something to eat, of which I don't usually have appetite in the morning. So it was really difficult. But the reason I'm adding it to this list is because it's a very effective technique. Forget that I was being lazy and I was trying to forget that I was being lazy. It's an easy technique and it's something that you should do. So assign a time to each task and set a timer. You can set, I know somebody who sets alarm for every 30 minutes for him to leave whatever he's doing and go to the next one. So he has to finish within 30 minutes and it made him very effective. So it's an effective practice that you want to practice. Anything you want to do, assign time and set a timer that will remind you to stop and go to the next thing. Because if you are not careful, you can go down the rabbit hole of doing a particular thing throughout that day. Number 3, you need to understand when to review and adapt your plans. So what I'm basically saying is that you need to be flexible. Sometimes things will come up, and when they do, you need to be able to move your plans around. So if you are too rigid, if your plan is too rigid and it's set in stone that you can't move things around, you're going to be having a lot of issues accomplishing so many things that you want to accomplish. Okay, let me tell you a short story, even though I don't know if it's related, but in Nigeria, we don't have good electricity. And I don't like to film whenever the generator is on because of background noise and all that. So when it's on my list for that day that I want to film a video and then there is no light and I have to film a particular background, I make sure that I look for an alternative. So what can I do? Am I going to put on the gen and close all the windows, drown out all the noise? Or am I going to maybe go to a place where there is lights that I can film? Or am I going to just simply pick that plan from my list and put it in the next day? I won't say that because there is no light, then I will not record video, or then for that week, I'm not going to record anything. Or even going for that to quitting on recording because there is no light. So I don't look for excuses. I make sure that I find alternatives to whatever I want to do. So that's what you also want to do. You want to make sure that you can look for alternatives. You want to make sure that you can change things around if it doesn't work that moment. Also, if you are flexible, you'll be able to accommodate anything that comes up unexpectedly along the way. So being able to understand when you need to adapt your plans is the key to being successful and to successfully accomplishing any goals that you've set for yourself. Number 4, you want to set a realistic number of goals. Having too many goals or too many things on your to-do list for the day is unrealistic. It's counterproductive because you will not be able to achieve all. And if that happens all the time, you get frustrated and demotivated because you know that, oh, I could not accomplish what I wrote yesterday, what I wrote last week. What's the point? That's what eventually happens. So you want to make sure that you prioritize the task on your list, or you prioritize your goals for the month, for the week, or for the day. If you have tasks that are recurring, you want to, create a routine based on that. So for instance, you wake up in the morning and you read your Bible or not, or you read a book, and then you exercise, and then you drink water, you meditate, you stretch, whatever it is that you do, and you know that you do it every day. Instead of writing it down on your list, why not put it in your routine? Why not make it your morning routine? So instead of writing too many things on your to-do list, or too many goals down, or planning to do too many things in a day, turn them into a routine by working on them at the same time every day. Number 5, think about your account balance. I know this sounds funny, but really think about your account balance. How much do you have in your account as you're speaking? How much do you have? 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 200,000, and it's difficult for you to wake up, write down your goals and write down your daily goals and start working towards them. No, think about it now. The number of work you're able to do these days, the number of work you're able to do is directly proportional to the amount you're going to make. So if you work hard enough and you work smart enough, you make a lot of money. If you are lazy and you are not preparing yourself, you're not developing yourself, you are not reinventing yourself, you will make less money. And thank God for debit alerts. At least you know how your money is going down. Last but not the least is to do a life audit. Okay, so joking apart, do you like the current state of your life right now? If you do you still want to remain like this in the next 3 to 5 years? If you do not like the state of your life, Why then am I making this video? Trying to teach you or motivate you or influence you to accomplish your daily goals, accomplish your daily life goals or your daily business goals. So think about where you are now. Think about where you want to be. Someone once said something profound. The person said that if you find yourself in a place of prominence, think back on the things that you did that brought you there. So that's what you want to do. That's what doing a life audit is about. Think about all the steps that you have taken that got you where you are. Think about the steps that you need to take to get you where you want to go. Because nobody is coming to save you. You are your own savior. In conclusion, what I'm just going to say is that test different things and keep testing until you find what suits you. So do you like to write down your goals? Do you like to write them on your phone? Do you like to even speak into your sound recorder and play it at intervals? Do you like to use digital planners? Do you like to use time? Whatever it is you like to do. Are you technology dependent? Are you traditional and you like to write things down? Whatever works for you, start doing it. Just make sure that you're doing everything you can to accomplish your business goals. And for me, that I always, blame the medium that my to-do list is on. Let me tell you, I have changed. I don't do that anymore. So, like I said, I have a card where I write the things I'm supposed to do, and then I check it every day. And yes, I even have a journal where I write things. I still use my notepad. So I still write things down. I still use digital planners. They all work for me, and that's what I'm doing. So that's what I want you to do too. If you've loved this video, like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and also watch the next video that I'll be showing after now. Follow me on Instagram at FisayoPatrick1. I will see you in the next video.